Alright, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. And listen, before I move forward into this video, I want to tell all my supporters out there that I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And if you're really rocking with me and supporting the channel, to hit the like button for me. I'm dropping consistent content back to back to back. So that's all I ask y'all to do. And I mean, if you're really genuinely supporting me and rocking with the channel, you would hit the like button for me. That's if you're a supporter of mine. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the situation at hand. So basically, you know, before I move forward, one more time, I do have to say something else. I want to say RP to this young lady. I want to send my condolences out to her entire family about the situation that took place with her. And I want to send some love and my condolences also to her son. You know, she had a 1-year-old son at the time of this. And it's just a sad and sick situation where you can't even get a chance to get to grow old with your own children due to the fact of someone else not being ready to take care of their responsibilities. So basically, you know, Miss Kaylin Fiengo, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She was 18 years old at the time of this happening, you know, and she was 4 months pregnant by a dude. I think his name was Davion Faison. I think that's how you pronounce his name, or yeah, Faison, something like that. He's 21 years old. And yeah, man, he ended up taking her life. You know, they had a child on the way. She was 4 months pregnant, and she ultimately, you know, didn't want to get rid of the child like he wanted her to. And he tricked her basically to meet him, and he took her life, you know. And he's being charged with murder twice because he killed her and her child, which is very, very despicable in my opinion. You know, I feel like the people out here having, you know, sex unprotected and things like that, and failing to realize that consequences do come with these, you know, actions that you take with other people. You know what I'm saying? You got to go ahead and man up or woman up if you're in a situation like this. So yes, I feel like that when it's a situation where someone actually takes a life and it, you know, backfires on a child, he should be charged twice with that. It's just sad, bro. You know, you could have signed your rights over. I'm pretty sure the father or the mother or somebody else that's on her side would have gladly took your place versus doing this right here, you know. But hey, I got a whole bunch more details in this. I actually got the full timeline from when it first happened, when they didn't know nothing about the situation, to what just took place now with him being arrested. This investigation took, I think, 10 months for them to actually figure out everything, and they actually seen arguments between them about the baby being, you know, how can I put this? Taken out, aborted, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, she was 12 weeks pregnant, bro. You know, this shit crazy, bro. Anyways, man, it took place in Sanford, Florida, if y'all wondering where. But let's go ahead and get into this situation at hand. And yeah, man, I want to say RP to her one more time. Let's go ahead and get into this.
Now, a family searching for answers after a young mother with a child on the way was shot and left in a car. She was found in Sanford on Friday night. This 6 Jerry Askin is talking to the young lady's father, who was asking folks to step up and say something.
Like I'm just basically in a black tunnel, just sitting there.
Ricky Fiengo is trying his best to stay strong after his 18-year-old daughter, Kaylin Fiengo, was found Friday evening in Sanford. Now he's left with her memories.
She was a mother, happy girl, likes to joke around like me. She just was a fun, loving, happy person.
He told me she was a mom of a 1-year-old son, and she was also about 4 months pregnant. Right now, he's hoping someone knows something to help his family find peace.
I just want people to, if they know something, to say something.
And there are still so many questions in this investigation. Sanford police say they found the young woman in the driver's seat of a car after being shot. An officer patrolling the area of Coastline Park around 11:30 Friday evening approached the car that was backed into a parking spot when they found Fiengo, according to investigators. Outside the park, we saw candles lit and balloons flying, paying tribute to her life.
I think she was just targeted and set up.
Investigators say Fiengo went to the location to meet someone she knows. Right now, Crime Line is offering a cash reward of up to $5,000 if you can help make an arrest in this case. If you know anything, you're urged to call the Crime Line or Sanford PD right away. In Sanford, I'm Jerry Askin, getting results. News 6.
Moving on to our...
And how can you be that afraid of responsibilities to the point where you want to take someone's life? It's so crazy to me. You knew exactly what you could have did when you was, you know, being intimate with her. You know, you released, you know, everything that took place. You know the consequences of your actions before you even did that. You know, you can feel it when it's finna come, right? So yes, you could have stopped, you could have pulled out, you could have did anything, but you proceeded to go ahead and continue doing what you were doing, and now you have to deal with your consequences. But you want to actually take someone's life versus actually sitting up there being the man that you could have been. You never know what type of child that you just, you know, got rid of. You feel me? And it don't matter what the child potential could have been. It's just a child that you just, you know, took up out of here because you didn't want to go ahead and take care of the baby. Now, if it's a mutual agreement, hey, I respect it, do your thing. But if one person want one thing and the other person want another, and y'all can't come to an agreement, go ahead and separate and let somebody else do what they gonna do with their life versus taking it. Let's get back into this though.
Our next story tonight, police are searching for the gunman who killed this young mother in Sanford. West 2's tonight, BABYDADDY spoke to the woman's heartbroken father, who tells us that she was expecting her second child.
I don't know.
A heartbroken father struggles to find the words. Kaylin Fiengo was just 18 years old. Her dad, Ricky Fiengo, says that she was a precious daughter, sister, and mother. So many hearts are broken tonight because Kaylin was found in Sanford. Police are looking for whoever is responsible.
She was targeted, and that's not, you know, I believe she was. Deep down a feeling, I believe she was.
A Sanford police officer was in the area of Coastline Park around 11:20 Friday night. The officer found a vehicle that appeared to be running in a parking lot. Sanford PD says when the officer came closer to the vehicle, Kaylin was found inside, shot.
Police say Kaylin was in the driver's seat and had a gun wound. Investigators believe she went to the location to try to meet up with someone she knew. Her 1-year-old son was staying with his father when his mom was killed.
As soon as she gave birth to her child, she took the mother role very serious. I feel devastated, and I mean, in a way that if he's young, so I guess it's better that he's not going to feel that pain. It's just going to take a village, it's going to take all of us to help and chip in and raise that child and let the child know how great her mother was.
Her dad says Kaylin was also expecting another child. She was 12 weeks pregnant. Her family is urging anyone who knows anything about the murder to speak up for justice.
Just do the right thing, and what would you do with your mother or your child? We all should stick together and not let these people run our communities and be scared of them.
In a statement sent to West 2, Kaylin's mother said in part, Kaylin was a loving, funny, and caring young woman. She loved her son immensely and her brother and sisters. She graduated high school early as a young mother. She is a loss for many, but for her mom, an empty hole in my heart will never heal.
Brothers and sisters are going to miss her, and they can't take it well, and it's going to be strong for them.
Such a young woman. Police are still searching for the gunman tonight who killed that young mother. If you know anything that could help police in their investigation, you are asked to call that number right there on your screen. It is the crime line. Tips line, 1-800-423-TIPS. Remember, all information can remain anonymous.
After several months of investigating, Sanford police arrested this man, accused of his former girlfriend and the unborn child she was carrying. At issue, according to police, was the future of that pregnancy. Western's Dave McDaniel looks at what led to his arrest.
21-year-old Donovan Faison hearing the serious charges he now faces.
Homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated, 2 counts.
18-year-old Kaylin Fiengo was already a mom, and by all...
So he got premeditated, so you know his ass is out of here. They finna go ahead and do what they gotta do with him, which I feel like that they should. It ain't no reason that this man or this boy should be out here free living, knowing that he done took someone's life for some shit like this. Now, like I said before, if it's a mutual agreement on getting, you know, doing what we gotta do with the child, it is what it is. But when somebody wants something differently than you, it's okay to agree to disagree and move forward and part your ways. Taking a life is just so crazy to me, bro. Like, why go through that much of an extreme to do something like this, bro? You know what I'm saying? Sign your rights over. And I see a lot of women saying this, and I mean, I really can't really understand it. They be saying, like, if the man don't want the baby, I don't want the baby, because they don't want to be going through life with a fatherless child, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can just really talk to people about things before y'all actually do certain things, you know what I'm saying? And crazy as it may sound, which it really ain't crazy, but, you know, you got to sit down and talk to people about the consequences of what could happen if y'all have a certain type of sex, you know? Shit, if you don't want to get nutted in and things like that, or if you choosing to nut in women and stuff like that, you got to understand that something might come of this, you know what I'm saying? And talk to them about that. Hey, if you want me to do all this, man, this is what can happen, and I don't want no baby, or whatever the case may be. But it is what it is, and get on some birth control, whatever the case may be. Take care of y'all business, that's all I'm saying, basically. Let's get back into it, though.
Counts dedicated to her child. The second charge for the baby she was carrying when she was found in a car at Coastline Park in Sanford last November. Sanford police writing in the announcement of the arrest, Fiengo and Faison had multiple arguments in which Kaylin's pregnancy was the focus of the argument, and that she had gone to the park to meet Faison. Police writing, Faison wanted Kaylin to terminate the pregnancy, and Kaylin's refusal to do so was the probable motive for the homicide.
That's crazy.
Sanford's police chief is consistently sharing with the community his dismay and how so many arguments are ended so violently. The chief quoted the release saying, "This beautiful young woman and mother was taken from this world far too soon and in a horrific way." And the chief suggesting the arrest of Faison might provide a step forward. Quote, "We hope today's arrest brings the slightest amount of peace for Kaylin's family and the young son she left behind." Noting, it doesn't bring her back, but at least she will have the justice she deserves.
On each count, I would set your bond at none or no bond.
Donovan Faison will remain in the Seminole County Jail without bond. In Sanford, Dave McDaniel, West 2 News.
Police say the teen was at the end of her first trimester when she was killed.
Dang, when he threw the extra on there, boy, and I think that's needed. You feel me? Because I mean, damn, you know, just thinking about stuff like this, man, just really pisses me off. You feel me? Because I mean, I got a child. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all watching this got a child, and just for someone to actually, you know, do this to your child is just crazy, bro. It's crazy. I don't get it. And they were saying something about why these arguments reach the level that they reach and stuff like that. It's really just because people can't control their emotions. People lack emotional intelligence. They will go out here and do whatever the hell they feeling at the time, not even thinking logically. You got to go off your mind, not your heart, in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's just something that people should do. I always remember that it's a possibility that something could come of something if you're doing something. You feel me? It's always going to be some type of, you know, result in everything that you do. But hey, man, I want to know what everybody feel about this. I want to know your thoughts and opinions. If you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate y'all. And that's all I got to say, man. RIP to her. I want to send my condolences out to the family one more time. And I will holler at y'all later on another video. All right.